My name is Domino Poson, your visiting instructor for NCN 118, and today we will discuss the overview of clients on emergency situations. So the outcome of this lecture today is for students to have a general knowledge on safe management, the word safe, and quality nursing care with the client based on updated standards and guidelines with ethical legal considerations to address emergency situations. So you have to bear in mind that Philippines, United States, and Canada have different ethical legal basis of the practice of emergency nursing in each countries. Okay. Also, the students will demonstrate appropriate communication techniques. So being a nurse is not enough to have basic English. It is an advanced English skills. So if you have challenges in speaking English like me, so now is the better time to address that challenge and practice English. Kay inig-abot nimo dinhi, magdugo imong ilong kay kuan wala nagbisaya pero sila nag-English. Now, finally, it is expected that after this lecture, students will conform to established norms of conduct based on the Philippine, U.S., and Canadian nursing law and relevant institutional requirements for safe nursing practice. So our goal here is to provide students with knowledge so they can practice emergency nursing safely. So the contents of this lecture are the following. So, 6 topics lang atong isgutan today, and after that we'll do a Kahoot, and this will serve as your quiz for today. Okay. I suggest that you have another device in there that can scan or that you can use to join Kahoot. So the first one is the definition of emergency nursing. Let's define what emergency nursing is this, and ethical legal aspects of emergency nursing and laws affecting emergency, the ethical principles in patient care, and ethical issues in emergency care, and lastly, the role of the nurse in the emergency room. So we'll also cover the essential elements that are required to provide effective nursing care in an emergency situations. It's very important that you guys take note and listen and don't sleep in there. No. So this class requires students to, as I mentioned in the last week, that this class requires an adult learner. Okay, so it is your responsibility to listen, to learn, and to encourage yourself. No, sa una ninyo pag-encourage yourself, diyan adi mo makatog, no? So, next, emergency nursing. What is emergency nursing? So the term emergency nursing is used for patient that requires immediate action to prevent further deterioration or stabilizing the condition till the availability of the services close to the patients are available. So it is also given in patients with urgent and critical needs. So what is the difference between urgent and critical needs? We'll define that later on as we go through our lecture today. So according to wikipedia.com, emergency nursing is a specialty of the field of the professional nursing which focuses on the care of patients who require prompt medical attention to avoid long-term disability or death. On top of taking care of patients who are having true emergencies, emergency nursing also involves the care of people who are unwilling or unable to get primary medical elsewhere and come to the emergency department for help, especially during after office hours. No, so dili lang kay so in emergency nursing dili lang kay sa emergency department dili lang kay pasyente nga na ay critical need kundi kato sa mga tao after office hours kay na sila sa blood works ina na sila sa emergency room. Yung sa mga tawhan ng they overpopulate the emergency room na magkabuang ng mga tao, ang mga nurses, overloaded na sila sa trabaho. Based on my experience in the emergency department, there are only small percentage of patients of true emergency conditions, such as stroke, heart attack, and major traumas. The rest are nonsense. Sometimes it's nonsense, like sore throat at the emergency department. In the hospital where I work, I also deal with patients who have acute alcohol or drug intoxication, psychiatric problems, and behavioral problems, and those who have been assaulted or sexually abused. So, maupod na sila mga persons in crisis, kana padung na maghikog, no? Padung na moambak sa building. Emergency nurses are for people of all ages and work conditions which may affect the body's systems. So any bisan asa party sa lawas pwede mo ato sa emergency department. Okay, so in Canada, we practice patient-centered care in the emergency department. So what is patient-centered care? So it means that patient has the responsibility to decide on his own health care. Dili pugso ng pasyente. If they don't want blood work, so be it. Now, sa unang panahon, when I give medications to patient, in order for me to become effective, ako din yung pasyente nga, tika ni, importante ka yun ni, please, manuoy ka. But then I realized there's a patient-centered care. Like the patient is responsible for his own healthcare. Mingon siya og di, encourage ka, explain, help educate that this medication may treat your disease. But if the patient doesn't want it, then fine. I respect that. Patient-centered care. And also, patient-centered care also means like involving, when I was in third year college, duty me of the delivery room. I really like delivery room. I really like to deliver babies. There was one mom nga nagpahid og snake oil sa iyang tiyan, and the doctor was so mad, smacked the hand of the mom, niya gilabay ang kuan lana sa bitin. For me, thinking over it, at that time, wala ko thought kung unsay na ato, pero nagdi ko ginahan mo tan-aw nga kaya bitong pasyente inyong dog-dogon ng pasyente, di ko ginahan tan-awan na. So later on, naka-realize ko nga, that was a violation of patient-centered care because may gituon sa pasyente, i-appreciate na lang dato. Tini usahay na sa Canada, Toronto is the largest mixed race area or kanang multicultural area in the world. Dinhi kita katanan ang pagkaon po dinhi daghan sa kayo ng lain. So katilaw po katanan. So kuan jud siya kanang kinahanglan mo kuan jud ka sa multicultural nga aspects sa imong care, unya kuan kanang respect ka sa unsay ilang gina silang culture. For example, so how would you respond mo tanap ni kuan Mr. Vince P. Salazar? How would you respond if your patient tells you that I want a female nurse?
Hello, sir. Ito na question, sir.
So how would you respond if your patient would ask you, I want a female nurse?
Anang akong response, sir, no? If mo request ang akong patient kung ganan sa female nurse. One, sir. Mo agree mo lang ko, sir, nga ko na. Okay, sir, I'll refer you to the best nurse that I could offer you. Then I hope so nga I hope so nga it would fit with your needs, sir. Ano ang gulo, sir?
Yeah, you respect their want. Kung ginahan sila o babae, sure. Ida to babae nga nurse.
Mo agree kay kuan man, sir, kanang ang patient, sir, kay nam jud siya kanang nasilay right nga mo pili sa ilang nurse po, sir ba?
Yeah, respecting it would also promote patient-centered care. Nakula na gyulain na one time ni duty mi sa ER, puro sa mga lalaki. Wala siya lain, ngita pa siya. Wala, adto kag laing hospital. Puro sa lalaki din. Puro sa Jimmy Filipino, puro sa lalaki din kayo. There was one day, yung puro sa lalaki ni trabaho sa ER. Aligri kayo sa niya. Baba na yung mga uban nga, they want a female nurse. So wala man may female nurse. So may lalaki. So ngita na naglaing hospital. Now, you respect. What if your patient tells you, I want to be DNR, and no matter what happened to me, I don't want to be resuscitated. So mo tan natin ni Juan B, ni Daniel Amarga. What will be your response? Response. If your patient asks you that I don't want to be resuscitated.
Ano sir, I understand your sentiments since we promote kanang patient-centered and autonomy. So I will respect your
Decision.
decision then, and also I will explain the consequences, what will happen if dili siya mo kuan og di kanang resuscitation sir.
Correct. No? Good point. Before you respect their decision, you provide health education first. Okay, health education, judayan ka, sir, this is blah, 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 blah. And after that, they decide. Okay, mama na ang core, the core of nursing is actually to educate patients. Mao na nga na-exista. Okay, we have to educate them. Ma-amaze mo nga in Canada o in the United States, daghan they have access to ano kanang they have access to education, no? Uban kay free ganing education. Pero ma-amaze mo nga a lot of the people are not educated in healthcare, and they would ask foolish questions about healthcare. Okay, now in the hospital, thank you so much, Miss Danwell. In the hospital that I work, we are also sensitive to pronouns, so that we address the patient what they want to identify. One time last night, there's a patient who wanted to identify herself as Moo. Moo. No matter how like you think, like no matter how stupid you think it is, you have to respect the patient. Now, in Shihis, I have this is my book ang gigamit sa kaning tawag na gigamit na I don't know kung makuan ba siya. Shihis Emergency Nursing, kung maka-download mo na PDF. She has emergency nursing and practice enumerated the following, which is the settings where emergency nursing is practiced. Number one, kay hospital-based emergency department. So sa hospital pwede siya practice. Next is the freestanding emergency department. Kaya ng Minganilla District Hospital. Actually, di siya district hospital. Minganilla Emergency Hospital man siya. So it's a freestanding ED, emergency department, and pre-hospital services like clinics, air and ground transport support, kanang mga aeroplano, airplane, o kanang helicopter ng emergency, military-based centers, urgent care centers, retail health clinic, and yung mga barangay health centers provide na emergency, and health maintenance organization like your RBCC, whatever. Yeah. Ambulatory services, schools and universities, business industries, and yung mga emergency nga offices, correction institution, they also provide emergency nursing, occupational health clinics and decision support units, and clinical decision support units, nanisod sa hospital. Yeah, these are the patients that are waiting to be diagnosed or waiting to receive a report for blood work or any diagnostics. Yeah, buhot na sila sa anak to create a decision, clinical decision. Also, state and federal disaster management response teams like your RMM. Sa ganang kon sa government nga mo ingon nga way klase karon kay baha. RM, I forgot.
NDRRMC, sir.
NDRRMC, sir.
One of the examples na provide sila og emergency. Next is your telemedicine. Sa Ontario na ami number diri 811 mo siguro nga mo dial ka and kana siya kay kuha na siya sa telehealth. Mga tanang ka nga, hello, kanang unsay katambag ninyo kung nakainom kog kuan, hello, ilang sultian kung sa poison control pod napon may number kita man mga tambal gikan sa gawas na nakabutang na poison control dinhi kay kung imong tawagan mo work ino ni mga nakainom sa pasyente nakainom siya og Haldol nga tambal ano that Haldol Synthroid giinom niya ang usa ka botelya nga Synthroid niya ako ang itawag sa poison control nga akong pasyente ni inom og 60 ka tablets nga Synthroid unsay mahitabo sa akong pasyente ingon ang poison control ang iyong pasyente kay ma-unconscious in the next few hours and then an impending death will occur. Wag ko katingog ko ha.
And BRRNT, sir.
Kanang wag ko katingog kay abi na kay nakainom man siya mamatay na daw ang pasyente, no? So na poison control and poison centers. Now these settings usually allow for the unplanned or unscheduled presentation. What happened? Okay. Unscheduled presentation of a patient, often without prior warning, either via self-referral or from other services. So in Canada, there are a lot of walk-in clinics as well. Para sa Pilipinas po na talagang walk-in clinics. Para nang sa Pardo, kanang Montejo Clinic, or any other clinics. Okay, now history of emergency nursing. So before we move on with our discussion, I would like to ask you if what should be the proper term? Is it emergency room or emergency department? Now, unsa man gid ang dapat itawag na to na emergency room or emergency department? Let's ask Miss Bascon Michelle.
Hey, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Emergency department, sir.
Yes. Emergency department. So I'll tell you why we call it emergency department rather than emergency room. So Pilipinas ako nakita mo ER yung lang tawag, but that word is kanang kuan na siya. Kanang obsolete na. So I want you to listen to the historical background of the emergency nursing so you'd better understand the development of nursing in the United States, Canada, and the Philippines. So emergency nursing started after World War, after the military realized that we need to do something. Kaya na-learn man to nila ang gubat sa World War II o sa Korean War. Na-learn nila nga kanang kung mamatay ang mga tao, kung maigo ang mga soldiers, kinahanglan na ay team nga mo provide og emergency services. Yeah. And then ilang gi-develop ang katong ilang experience, ilang gitudlo nag-retrain silang mga tao, and then it became emergency sa atong profession kay emergency nursing. So at that time, prior to World War II or during World War II, emergency care is provided in like pre-hospital care settings and clinics, doctor clinics sa una nasa sa gawas maglinya sa Pilipinas, and only public hospital develop staff for emergency department, no? So 15 to 30 years after World War II, the use of emergency department has increased due to the changing dynamics of care. So the pre-war system of family doctors, ang pre-war system is you go to your family doctor when you have when you are sick. No, it has changed, and most of the family doctor has directed patients to the emergency department after office hours. So hospital then became a community resource for help and information, as many people go to the emergency department for treatment, and hospital were forced to assign regular staff because of the increasing number of patients. So even if the emergency department was not well defined at that time, this is 15 to 30 years after World War II, we are not defined properly kung unsa dyan ang emergency care, emergency nursing. Only the most experienced nurses were allowed to go on duty in the emergency departments because of the unexpected nature or episodic nature and the acuity of patient care. Mao na nga experienced nurses lang ang maka-sod sa emergency. So community leaders and the community and the medical community realized after their lessons after World War II, and then in the Korean conflict, Korean Peninsula conflict, mo na ilahang gi-apply o nagtukod sila og mga initiatives, mga initiatives nga mo na develop ang emergency care. In 1960, a legislation was created in the United States to establish community and educational programs leading to modern emergency medical services. So, apil na mga kuan, mga gapagamit og mga ambulance, helicopters, ug uban pa. According to Shriver et al., in their publication Emergency Nursing Historical Current and Future Roles, according to them, that the emergency department in the United States started in early 20th century. No, so dili kay dugay. Usually, the location of the emergency department has evolved from a room in the hospital or near the operating room to undesirable location like the hospital basement. So una nato yung hospital sa Cebu nga ang ilang ER nasa basement. Saon nasa loyo na parking lot ilang ER. No nya mo to ni giusab na realize nila nga dili mao giusab nila giusab nilang disenyo. And sometimes kayang ER is on a remote area, no, difficult to access. And karon kay nga atong emergency room kay design lang gyud siya nga for emergency purposes duol sa dan so dayon. So same authors said that the recent remodeling of the emergency department and the remodeling kay paspas kay siyang na-change and becoming more obsolete. Among hospital in 2018 kinahanglan trabahoan karon, in 2018 nag-upgrade sa system, i-upgrade dako kayong hospital lagi, dako kayong emergency department. Pag sugod sa pag 2017 nag-remodel, pag 2019 obsolete na. Nagkaming nganong walay mga USB ports, nganong walay mga USB-C ports, nganong walay mga charger nga kanang magnetic chargers kana mo ni mga need wala nila makita. Paspas kaayo siya. Yeah, there are new equipments nga kinahanglan ng for example, pag nagpalit sila og kanang tele machines. Yung wasa kibaw ng tele machines di ay mo work lang in a specific software. So nailis sa og mga specific software. So dahan kayo libog kaayo dako gasto ang mag-improve og emergency department. Karon ang emergency department is an equipped one of the most equipped area in the entire hospital. In the 1970s, the word emergency department was joined by dedicated emergency department was joined by dedicated physicians. We call them ER doctors. And the emergency nurse has been both the owner and the linchpin of the emergency department. Why? Because kita ang most dedicated o kita ang so good jud arrange na himong mga policies in the emergency department. So according to the same authors, nurses provide emergency department leadership and administrations, and sometimes we are not properly recognized for it. So since the emergency department nurses are and since then we are in charge of the emergency department. So ikaw kita emergency department nga ang last na kong adtog emergency department sa hospital sa Philippines as Cebu, di na ako magsutig unsa ang nag-head kay doctor, no, nag-head kay doctor, ang triage kay doctor, and then it didn't work. No, later on it didn't work. So most interns and residents are informally oriented and guided in their experience sa emergency department by nurses. Dinisad sa mo ang hospital ang gitrabahoan ng mga bagong interns, ng medical interns o mga bagong student ng mga doctors, i-partner sila sa nurse, and we teach them how to do assessment, we teach them the process in the hospital so they know, so they become oriented on the process sa emergency department. Mao na contribution sa mga nurses, no? And sometimes you'll be surprised that the medical interns or students will be very appreciative of your contribution. Yeah. Kaya sila ang mga nurses kay kuan gid sila kanang kita gid ang head sa emergency department. So there are occasional resistance kaning kind of kanang pattern kita ang head kay naa siya occasional resistance especially from the physicians, but the majority of the procedures in the emergency department and the policies are usually nurse initiated. Okay? Now, let's take for example kanang word nga crash cart. Kaya itong crash cart na ay mag-code blue, na ay pasyente nga mamatay, padong mamatay, na sila murag cart nga dad kung na dito tanan. Gitawag na sa una kanang kuan crisis cart niya. Human ang nurse may tawag anang crash cart in 1967. Name sa nurse kay si Anita Dorr. So registered na hantod karon ang tawag ana crash cart gihapon. In the 1970, the founding of emergency department nurses, or we call it EDNA, EDNA, accelerated the professional development of nurses in the emergency department. It was at that point the term emergency department was coined and was used because they said that we want to use the emergency department because it doesn't refer to just a room in the unit. It is a big department equal to any other hospital department, according to EDNA. And they were instrumental in the certification of emergency room nurses. Dili na siya development nurse in the operating room, in the emergency room nurses. Okay. The formation of EDNA was followed by the established by the Journal of Emergency Nursing in 1975, followed by the Trauma Nurse course TNCC, mo niya mong kwaon na course ng ER, and the Emergency Pediatric course ENPC. The Emergency Nursing Foundation was founded as well, and isa pa yung founded at the time. And the standards of emergency nursing practice. So according to the same authors, that the recurrent themes of emergency nursing history are the need for pride, recognition, and influence upon the affairs of ED and evolving healthcare delivery system. So, mo na siya. So the development of space, so karon nga panahon, ni-include na sa emergency nursing ang space, no? Nag-develop na sila og emergency nursing beyond the atmosphere, and the development of space age technology, which is now such as telemetry and portable defibrillators, also contributed to the growth of emergency care. No, as a result of this, historical dynamics, emergency medicine and emergency nursing became recognized as a specialty. So in the Philippines, the history of emergency nursing is as a specialized subgroup of nursing has a very, very short history as compared to the United States and Canada. The information I will present to you came from ChatGPT because I can't find any historical literature in the internet or somewhere else about emergency nursing in the Philippines. The following are the milestones of emergency nursing, so you have to verify this one, okay? Emergency nursing in the Philippines. In the 1990s, the specialized body of nursing was recognized. And 1990s, that is 1990s, so like 30 years, 20 years before the United States, na developed lang emergency nursing. Nurses were trained in the emergency department. The emergency nursing started to attract attention in the Philippines because of the increasing demand of high-quality nursing care in emergency settings. Nakaabot po adtong panahon na nga ang emergency department sa Philippines kimura og kuan bus, mura og kanang dagat kinay bus ang sud ni hugaw baho niya samok, no, nana. Hospitals then realized the need for nurses who are specially trained to handle critical and time-sensitive cases. That in 1990s they start training emergency room nurses in the Philippines. In 2004, so just recently said, no, 2004 is not far, the formation of Emergency Nurses Association in the Philippines, or ENAP, was established. It aimed to promote and provide support for the development of emergency nursing as a special nursing field in the Philippine setting. Baka ba kayo sa Pilipinas ang emergency nursing? Even the Philippine Society of Emergency Care Nurses Incorporated, or PSECN, don't have much information available to discuss with all in the internet. No, yeah. All I know is that the Philippine Society of Emergency Care Nurses is incorporated is a sub-organization, the Philippine Nurses Association. And the president is Virginia DeCosin. Even with today's internet superhighway, the Emergency Medical Services Department, which is another organization of the Philippine Nurses Association, don't have a lot of information available online. So in this slide, we'll talk about the scope of emergency nursing. The first in our list is to provide immediate action to treat the patient. This is done to stop any critical issue that would cause death or permanent damage to the patient. To provide immediate to treat the patient. Mao na inyong buhaton mo na sa emergency nursing. Another scope is for crisis intervention, that you are there before a crisis happen, or you are there to guide a patient during a crisis happen. Like for example, mental health issues, no, will come to emergency department. Patient with mental health issues will come to the emergency department for intervention. So, have you heard about mental health first aid, guys? Anong naman mental health first aid? I'm sure nakadog na mo first aid, like kanang first in on samad. Dini sa Canada, nag-train sila og mental health first aid. So these are the first aid that you will do before a crisis happens, or in order to prevent crisis. So gitudlo po na diri. Later on sa tuang lecture mo tudloan ta mo on how to perform MHFA, mental health first aid. Okay. Another scope is to treat emergency condition irrespective of age or group. Ato nang istoryahan, walay pili. Another scope of emergency nursing is to treat a wide variety of illness or injury situation, ranging from sore throat to heart attack and stroke. No, although these sore throats are not emergency cases, these patients should go to their family physician. But there are some situations that sore throats could obstruct airway, which compromises breathing and needs an emergency care. Principles of emergency nursing. So establish a patent airway. So first and foremost, in emergency nursing, airway is very important. No, ang imuhang pasyente nagdoko or nag-unsa da nga na-impede, nag-turtleneck baron na emergency, ang first nimo buhaton ana kay secure gyud nimo that airway is not obstructed. Tangon ang turtleneck. So na turtleneck bisag init kay tanan. Unya, evaluate and restore cardiac output. No nga makabalik ang cardiac. Sao man na kung wala maginhawang pasyente, chest compression inyo. So next is determine the patient's ability to follow commands. Okay, so you ask the patient for alert and orientation, and also the next is to determine the patient's ability to follow commands and evaluate motor skills and popularity and pupil size and reactivity. No, tanaw niyo vision nga alert oriented times 2 ba ang pasyente, unya kuan alert oriented times 2, unya kuan kana ang mata kung dilated siya, mean to say padung na umatay or constricted ta gamit siya og kanang drugs. Okay, now to carry out a rapid initial and ongoing physical examination. So in the emergency department, our physical examination is focused. Dili siya katong whole body nga kuan nga or kanang from head to toe nga kanang physical assessment, dili katong mutana pa kanang pa staff wala na sa emergency nursing kay focus assessment. Kung ang sakit kay kasing-kasing adto ka mutana sa kasing-kasing, no, kay mutana nimo adto ka mag-assess cardiac assessment imong buhaton. Next is to start cardiac monitoring. So ang buhaton ana kay mag-monitor ta kung naabay heart rate, naabay heartbeat, butangan ni cardiac monitoring kita sa monitor. And clean and apply sterile dressing to the wounds. Another principle in emergency nursing, that we have to at least clean, no, and apply sterile dressing aseptically to the wounds in order to prevent infection. Next is to identify allergies and medical history that is significant to the current condition of the patient. And lastly, documentation. A care that is not rendered is not like a care is that is not a care that is not documented is not rendered. So mauna ang documented yun na kung kuan ka. So the nurse should document the medical record of the patient, like for vital signs, blood pressure, neurologic status, intake and output, and so much more in the electronic medical record. In the Philippines, we still use the paper documentation. Next is medical emergencies. What are medical emergencies? So as I've said, dili tanan sakit kay medical emergencies. So the following are the medical emergencies. But by the way, what is a medical emergency? So a medical emergency is an injury or illness that is acute and possesses an immediate risk of person's life. List on your screen are the following are the medical emergencies. Number 1, heart attack. No. Next is stroke. We'll talk about this soon. Seizures, severe bleeding, choking, allergic reaction, and poisoning. Mao ni ang mga kuan, to name a few of the examples of medical emergencies. Principle of emergency management and emergency medical services. So early detection. So the earlier, the better, and the patient will have a higher chance of survival if unidentified siya. Okay, sorry ninyo, last 2 weeks ago, na pasyente na abo, vital signs absent, no? Ang history sa pasyente kay nagpa-nose, sana? Kanang nagpataas dito sa nose. Plasty, ano, kuhanin niya, no, sa nose. Rhinoplasty. Yeah.
Rhinoplasty.
Rhinoplasty, unya, kung niya ito siya, trabaho daw siya, unya, nawagtang siya for a long time sa trabahoan. Nawagtang for a long time sa trabahoan, nag-wonder sila, asa man to si Kuan? Ibutang na to ang name kay Kuan. Ibutang na to kay Marga ang name, no? Or someone else. So, pagka-itan man nila sa kasilyas. Palas lang kibaw, kanusa dito pa ang pasyente. Produgin na sa kasilyas. Pagtawag nag-EMS. Patay ng pasyente. Early detection provides the patient with higher chances to survive. Next is early reporting. Kung nakatawag pa lang og 911 or emergency care, kuan ta to. Mas madali ang tato. Okay? Next is the third one is early response. So, what are your response on the spot? So, may buhato nimo, no? Start CPR dayon. Tanaw nimo pasyente, mga ginhaw, respond nimo, walay pulse, start CPR. Mao nang imong buhaton ha, makita mo emergency. Pag inon na sir, unsa ka sir? Di mo reply. Tanaw ninyo naginhawa ba? Check din ninyo ang pulse. Walay pulse, wala ginhawa, di mo respond. Start CPR immediately. And ako may training sa CPR or basic life support.
Padaw, sir.
Wala pa, sir.
Wala pa. Practice yun ninyo kay mo na importante kin inyo nang gamiton, no? Kay nurse baya mo, di ba? Dili bita managan kung na ay emergency, di ba? So, mutabang baya ta. Nya. Kasagaran ra ba na kanang CPR ma-cause og fracture sa ribs kung dili karongon og CPR mo ni importante kay si mamatay ang pasyente sa inyong CPR kaysa inyong ma-save ang pasyente, no? Next is the fifth principle is kuan 1 2 3 4 5 care during transportation, no? Unsay care nga kon dinhi sa Canada or I think parihagap na sa Philippines nga ang pasyente na pa sa ambulance kay nakibaw na ang doktor sa hospital kung unsay mga care nga gikuan kay patch mo na sa radio ng na sila nga dinhi mo na it-an mo nga nahog sa kuan niya amo nang gitagaan ani nga tambal mo na so pag abot sa hospital kibalon ang mga doktor kung sinitabo ug unsay na-apply nga care and sometimes kanang wa sila kay unsay care ilang buhaton ang doktor na mo patch from the emergency department mo patch niya sa ambulance kung unsay ang ilang buhaton. Okay, the last one is transport to definitive care. For example, a patient with heart attack or symptoms of heart attack should be brought to the nearest emergency department. And if there is multiple emergency department on that area, ang buhaton ana is to bring the patient to an emergency department where they treat kaning specialized cases of heart attacks. Sa among hospital, ang akong hospital kay mo take care man ni og specialized na sa cancer research, yung mga pasyente nga na cancer ato dadon sa among hospital. Na yung mga pasyente nga na sakit sa kasing ato dadon sa among sister hospital nga ni kanang specialized og heart nga diseases. Now, I would like to introduce to you triage. So what is triage? So triage is a word used in the emergency department, which is a French term for sorting out. So kung tagon kag triage nurse ka, meaning to say, ikaw mo sort out sa patient, kanang na levels, no? Kaning akong ipakita inyo dinhi, mao ni siya ang kuan kaning level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Mao na siya ang kanang kuan CTAS level or Canadian Assessment. Check ito yung meaning sa CTAS. Makalimot lang ito sa meaning sa CTAS.
Triage and Equity Scale, sir.
Ha?
Canadian Triage and Equity Scale, sir.
Perfect. Yes, Canadian Triage and Acuity Scale. So every country na sila gigamit og lain-lain nga kuan, lain-lain nga triage system. I don't know sa Philippines, pero sa Canada mo na yung gigamit. So ang triage nurse, iyan sa kaya na siya training sa CTAS training, yan na i-triage ang pasyente. So kung pasyente gani o na naginhawa, himat yun, asa mo sa may level anang pasyente. Based sa kanang table.
Level 1, sir.
Very good. Level 1. So the doctor has to see the patient immediately. Another example, pasyente na sore throat and complaining that the emergency services are very slow. Unsa man nga level?
Level 5, sir.
Di ba? Level 5. Non-urgent within 120 minutes. So pwede na siya magawa. So in the emergency room, I serve as a kanang lead. Kanang bitong murag charge nurse. Muna akong trabaho na karon. So mudo na pasyente na ko. After na sila triage siya, lahat po yung triage nurse. Yan, ikuman sa triage nurse, ipadana sa triage nurse sa kuha nga area ang katong mga pasyente nga kuan appropriate sa akong area. And sometimes patient would ask me like, "Excuse me, how long is the waiting time? Do I have to wait like 3 hours in here? I have a sore throat." And in my mind, in the back of my mind, kung hello, you're level 4, level 2, or level 3, na. So patient ako each country nasa sila different na CTAS system. Ay 2, level 1 2 ra, level 1 2 3 ra na. So emergent meaning ang triage process by the way. The triage process of sorting or determining the priority patients is based on their severity and their condition. So this is an efficient method of quickly identifying patients who have life-threatening conditions and has the best chances of surviving. We learned this from the military. Remember, yung after World War II, na realize sa military ang need sa emergency care. So, nila develop. Itong pagpuan, gubat sa World War II, the militaries are performing triage kung si kinsang pasyente nga ilang treat katong himatyon or katong naputlan kag tiil nga buhi pa. So nahon tumilang naputlan og tiil kay has the higher chances of surviving. So when you say emergent, it is the highest priority of care. Example, anang emergent kay cardiac arrest, severe bleeding, major trauma, respiratory failure, wala na ginhawa, and severe burns, kung nasunog ang tibuok kuan, tibuok lawas mo na siya ang kuan emergent. Another example are airway obstructions. Mga tanak ko ninyo, ikaon og peanut butter, nag-allergic reaction, naglisod o ginhawa, unsa man nga CTAS level.
Level 2.
Level 3,
Level
sir.
2, sir. Level 1.
Level 2,
Level
sir.
2.
Unsa man gyud, level 1, level 2.
Level 2.
Unsa man na, level 1, level 2.
Level 2, sir.
Level 1.
Level 1, sir.
Level 1 na siya.
Na resuscitation.
Section man sa airway, sir.
Oh, section sa airway. Ma'am, wait sa ma'am ha, 15 minutes ha. Yun Ublo na yung pasyente. Okay? Na yung uban nga mga nurse, ilang mo kumuha sila nga level 2 na kay pwede man na nimo ma-delay. Pero ka na mga obstruction na gani sa throat, dili na siya ma-delay. Okay? Urgent. These patients are temporarily stable but requiring care within a few hours. This is a high priority too, no, of care, but the patient's life or long-term health is not immediately affected or threatened kung ma-delay. Usually in urgent cases, they took up to 24 hours to prevent complications. So kung inyong tanawon di sa CTAS level diha, ang urgency na to, urgent care, ang urgent patient kay kuan within 30 minutes. No, nga makipinahon, makitaan siya. No? Now, in the place where I work, the triage system is not longer than 30 seconds. Kaya dagan kay pasyente niya kung mag-assessment ka nga, maang yung assessment kay kanang kuan, maabot og usa ka oras. So magmaan ang pasyente ana. So ang among triage is no longer than 30 seconds. So kinahanglan mag-triage nurse ka, kanang experienced nurse na ka. Dili ka bago pang graduate. Kaya kung bago pang graduate, triage nurse ka, dugay kita maghuman ana niya. Yeah, wala pa kay experience kayo to detect kanang emergent and urgent and non-urgent cases. Okay? Now, non-urgent, wala pa tayo discussing non-urgent. These are situations or cases that require interventions but could stand significant delay. Mga sore throat ninyo, mga non-emergent, so less urgent, non-emergent, non-urgent cases. Example, ano niya kay wounded ang pasyente but can walk, no, and complain, no, yaw-yaw pa. Single long bone fractures, closed fractures, or injuries that don't have significant bleeding, mga facial fractures without airway compromise, no, nabali ang kaning na bone kaning nga jaw pero walay obstruction sa breathing. So mo ni mga level 4, level 5 nga kuan, less urgent or non-urgent. Okay? Kanang naki question, headache. Ang pasyente ni adto sa hospital with nausea, vomiting, and headache. Unsa man na? Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa CTAS level.
Level 4.
Level 3, sir.
2, sir.
2, sir.
Headache with vomiting. Nganong 2 man? Sa ato ni answer do, anong 2 man?
Dali raman, sir. Taga na siya paracetamol.
Emergent
Dehydration.
level 2. Ang unang level,
Risk for dehydration.
Risk
Okay.
for dehydration, sir.
unsa pa?
Mas,
Anong kinahanglan man makita din sa doktor?
base na niya yung lain na symptoms, sir.
Right, perfect. Unsa nga sakit ninyong bana-bana nga kasing kanang simptomas ni sa unsa? Sa stroke.
Yes, true.
Stroke, yeah. Headache, nausea, vomiting, it's either pregnant na or stroke na. So, na gani blurring of visions, mga neurological deficits consider stroke. So, emergent na sila. Okay? Mo na magkuan din mo kinan. Mo na ang triage nurse kinahanglan siya og experience kay kung wala mo experience mo kayo magyagaw ang inyong emergency department, no? Okay, next, assess and intervene. So, this slide shows you the assess and intervene. First and foremost, we have to do primary survey. Ganun dito the primary survey, ABCD approach. So you start with the airway. So kita niyo na pasyente naghigda sa daan. Primary survey, tanaw jud mo unsay naas pasyente dili kay dito naghamag, ma'am, kumusta ma'am? No, na dili. Primary survey jud ka, naginhawa pa bang pasyente? Unsa ba sin naggunit og kanang kuan ng pasyente? Kutsilyo o nagtaroy nga kutsilyo. Nagtaroy ang kutsilyo niya, imo pa yung giduot do sa imong dughan, no? Samot kataroy, no? You start with the airway kung naginhawa ang pasyente, no? A, B, C, D, A, airway, breathing, circulation, and disability. Kung makalakaw ba ning pasyente ha, no? Airway, breathing, circulation, and disability. Next is a secondary survey or secondary assessment using EFG-HI approach. So exposure to environment, full set of vital signs, a question. Inig, BP nimo sa pasyente, tanaw nimo pinakataas niya nga ang systolic niya ni adto sa 100, ipada to 121. Ina, ni down. Ang last nimo nga throat cough sound nadunggan nimo sa 61. Pila may blood pressure sa pasyente? Pila man? Kapag paminaw nimo ang pinakataas nga ni first ni appear ang throat cough sign sa 121. Okay. Unya nimo nadunggan 61. pilay blood pressure sa pasyente.
120/60, sir.
Okay, 120/60. Sa Pilipinas, mao na itong gibuhat, 120/60, no? Ako nang na-observe kapag estudyante na ko, 120/60. Na ako experience sa una, ni estudyante pa ko, ni volunteer ko og Operation Smile. So, akong buhaton, ako ang tig-vital signs sa pasyente. Unya, gipatawag ko sila ang doktor, kay ngano daw, nga ang mga vital signs sa pasyente, kay kuan siya kung anang exact number ba? 130/60, 110/70. Ngano daw iyon ana? Gitawag ko ano man yung exact man ni mo kung anong kuan man dyan kay DI sa kanang laing nasod ang ilahang kuan ang ilahang tawagan na ang ilahang vital signs kay exact kung sino nakita nimo mo sa imong record no karon ato na klarohon kung unsay inyong nakita mao gid inyong i-record no gets
Yes, sir.
kung unsay nakita kung nakita mo 172/63 mao gi ibutang 172/63 ayaw ninyo usba ayaw ninyo kanang sa tawag na round off. I don't know kasi nagpasiugda na sa Philippines. Kay mo man sila nakatunan, pag estudyante na ko mo nakatunan. Even pag college, I mean pag kanang pag din na ako magpagipang tunan. I don't know kasi nagpasiugda na pero karon I tell you dili siya mao imuhang ikuan imong ibutang ko. Another is complete set of vital signs kanang respirations. Counton gyud ang respirations. Mo na mga walay nurse nga malangit kay ngano man umakak man sa respiration butang dito sa 18 no and counton gid na. Next is what is the so unsa man atong vital signs gani? Unsa vital signs nato? Temperature,
Blood pressure.
PPR, BP, auto,
PPR, BP, unsa pa?
auto,
5.
Temperature, sir.
Sir.
Pulse oxy, saturation. So what is the
Pulse oxy.
sixth vital sign?
Pain, sir.
HVC, sir.
PPR, BP, vital signs. BP, oxygen saturation. Okay,
Pain.
pain. Okay. What is the seventh vital sign?
Blood sugar, sir.
Very good. Blood sugar is the seventh vital sign. Okay. So, yung mga emergency pasyente o blood sugar, especially kung nakuyapan ng mga bata na ito hospital o di mo nahan mo kaon so tagan kuan yung blood sugar. Sa Philippines maghuot mo doctor's order. Sa Canada wala na doctor's order. Diretso na may nagang istorya. Okay, independent practitioner man ka makakuan man ka maka-validate man makakuan man nga ako ning gibuhat kay pasyente mao ni mo na no. Secondary survey using AMPLE. So A is for allergy, M is for medical history, P is for past health history, L is for last meal, E is for events. So what is the difference between medical history and past health history? Tama. Ang kaning medical history is the medical experience of the patient since day zero. Nagkakuan siya, kanang nagkasakit siya o cancer sa una, na siya diabetes, mapilang katuig, mo ni mo na. Ang past medical history refers to the most recent medical experience of the patient. For example, niadto ka sa hospital tungod sa imuhang unsa may mingyadto tungod sa imuhang cancer. So when the doctor asks you what is your past medical history, he's referring to your past medical history when this cancer started. No, one difference and a medical history of past medical history. Last meal, ng importante mo ask og last meal is because there are surgery. No, you have to wait for 12 hours or 24 hours. Patient is NPO, so you can start surgery or ultrasound. Ultrasound. You have to wait 4 hours NPO before patient can perform ultrasound. Kaya nga kung mukaon ng pasyente, mo sa emergency department, when patients go there, mulingkod sila, for some reason, gutom ang mga pasyente nga maadtog ER. I don't know. Mga pasyente maadtog ER, gutom. No? Abot, lingkod dayon. Pwede ko mukaon? Akong tubag kay no. I'm sorry, it's a no because if we will perform ultrasound on you, we will see the food floating. Muna akong isulti nila. So, ang pagkaon ang makita, dili ang unsay nasod sa imong tiyan inana. So, mo ni rason, surgery and diagnostics ang rason ninong mga tanamig ka na sa ang last meal. Okay? Events, environment, proceeding illness or injury, mga tana ka, ang sa may nitabo, presente na sa hospital, sakit daw ang iyang chest, no? Kahit iyang chest, sakit yung chest. And, patients are sometimes over dramatic. They come to the hospital, they complain that they have chest pain. It's like, it's so painful. Bina mga, it's so painful. What happened before that? Other patients will tell you, I just woke up like this. Woke up like this with chest pain. Others will tell you, di ka maka-learn kung unsa ginitabo tinuro na pasyente. Mingon na ubad nga, ang akong anak ni tungtong gi-step ng akong chest. So, unang may sakit. So, nasakit na. It's not because of heart attack because usually mga pasyente basta ganing sakit ang dugan kay nila sila na heart attack ana dayon. Mo ta naka-question, nagsugod din siya bag-ong exercise program, nagsugod din siya nagkapit din siya sa mga rocks mo nung sakit iya or na aksidente din siya sa dugan ana. Dahan kang ma-learn ana kung mo assess kasi patient. So assess and intervene. Remember primary survey, secondary survey, and secondary survey using ample approach. Next, let's talk about, this is just an orientation, like an overview, laws affecting emergency care. So, sa Philippines, natay statutory laws and regulatory laws. The sources of law in the emergency department are coming from several places. Number one is constitutional, the federal and the state, no? And also the common ganang mga cases like Domino Poson versus People of the Philippines. And statutory law and federal state ordinances and administrative regulatory law. Kasi po mo pasabot ng law, sir. Law affecting emergency care. No, unsay mga law. Okay, before ta maka-practice of something, ibutang man na sila law kay namtas country nga ko naman ta atong nasod kay ko na siya kanang civilized man ta so tay mga balaod. So di ka practice of emergency nursing kung wala may emergency nursing law in the Philippines. So mo na niya itong pangisgutan karon unsa ni mga law that affects the practice of emergency nursing. First in our list are statutory laws. Statutory laws are written laws that have been approved by our legislator, either a state or federal legislator. No. Kung ma-approve na siya, ready to initiate na siya. Pragod anang kuan? Pragod anang kanang confidential nga balaod, kanang confidential budget, ma-approve na, approve na imong confidential budget. Statutes may require specific actions, prohibit them, act as a declaration or intention, or lay out the ways in which the government will act in certain circumstances. I'll give you an example later on what are these laws. On the other hand, regulatory law deals with procedures established by by the state and the local administrative agencies, as opposed to laws created by legislator, which is the statutory law. So, or court decisions. Regulations can relate to a large array of executive branches activities, such as applications of licenses, oversight of environmental laws, and administration of social services like welfare. So these are the laws on your screen right now that affects the emergency nursing practice in the Philippines. First one is Republic Act 8344, approved in August 25, 1997, an act penalizing the refusal of hospitals and medical clinics to administer appropriate initial medical treatment and support in emergency or serious cases. This law amends the purpose of Batas Pambansa bilang 702, otherwise known as Act Prohibiting the Demand of Deposits or Advance Payments or the confinement or treatment of patients in hospitals and medical clinics in certain cases. Section 1 of Republic 8344 stated that in emergency or serious cases, it shall be unlawful for anyone to ask for a down payment prior to admission. So, walay pwedeng mangayo according to this law in the Philippines. Tanang mo adto sa hospital, kinahanglan di pa kayo nakay 50,000, no? I've seen that when I was in the Philippines. Kita po mga pasyente nga nasa kilid sa emergency, nagtinga, kay wala pa naghuwat, wala pa naabot ang 20,000 nga down payment. So karon din na pwede kin natay Republic Act 8344. Republic Act 10871, also known as the Basic Life Support Training in Schools Act. It is illegal for a school to operate without their employee or students nga walay BLS, kinahanglan na BLS na naman ng Republic Act number 10871. So muna nangutana ko ninyo, no? So padung naman, you have to, well, it is the responsibility of the school to provide the CPR training or the CPR course. Another law, another administrative law, the Administrative Order number 155 series of 2004, section 4, otherwise known as the BLS training, is mandatory to all healthcare workers. Dapat first year ituluan na mo CPR. No, dili ka lang pabuton pa fourth year. Dapat first year pa lang ituluan ng CPR and first aid. So kung ako ang dean, first year magsugod tag CPR and first aid, no? First year to kay linga pa kay manong, hinano pa mo first year mo. Linga kay nong nang magputi-puti yung uniform niya kung na emergency kay managan, kay okay ba ko si buhaton, no? So
Online,
dapat,
brother.
ha?
Online ang first year.
O yan, mag CPR gato mo na sa GMA nga teleserye nga naganaan lang, no? Yeah. Mao na in Canada, again, Canada natay gitawag og the Emergencies Act, which became a law in 1988, more than 100 years now. It is a federal law that can be used in response to an urgent, temporary, and critical emergency and that seriously endangers the health and safety of Canadians, which can be dealt by the provincial or territorial law. So in Canada, natin ang mga province or states, no? Province ang tawag na diri, para sa Pilipinas ka province. So ang naa sila law gitawag the Emergencies Act. It is a federal law mo ni gamiton ni panahon sa mga pandemic, like katong pagkuan pandemic, gamit dayon ni. So nigi-mobilize din ang government to provide emergency services to every Canadian. Kung asa ang Canadian anywhere in the world, mao ni siya ang law nga nag-authorize to pull out all Canadians anywhere around the globe. Itong pagsugod sa pandemic, gikuha sa gobyerno sa Canada ang tanang mga Canadians anywhere in the world. Pilipinas na kung mga kailang mga Canadian citizen na pagkuha sila, no, gipang repatriate or whatever, mao na ang gibuhat, kita kuha sila. So unya martial law during the pandemic, mo sa ni sige gamit nga law nga nag-martial law, Emergency Act. Mo sa ni ang act nga kuan kanang tanang Canadians dili mo bayad sa emergency department kung hospital sila, no? It is covered by a provincial insurance. In the United States, they have a law, they call it Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act law, states that anyone who has emergency must be treated or stabilized regardless of their insurance status or ability to pay, no? So mao na siya. So dunay tulo ka law from Philippines, Canada, and USA nga pare-pareha og kuan, pareha og sulod, no? Tanang mga aksidente in emergency situations wala gibayad kung ato emergency hospital. Ethical legal principles of care. So in this slide, we'll discuss about ethical legal principle in patient care during emergency situations. The first one is autonomy. So autonomy is an ethical principle in nursing that refers to each and every person's right to independence, freedom to choose, and self-determination. So in context in healthcare, autonomy concerns the ethical obligation of the nurse to respect their patient's rights to decide about their own physical health. Autonomy emphasizes an individual's right to make informed decisions and independent decision about their own life. So may pasabot anang informed decision. Okay? Kanang autonomy man, o sige, autonomy. O sige, magbuot sa imuhang kuan ma'am, healthcare, kay patient care centered, promotes autonomy. O sige, so may gusto niyo mahitabo sa imuhang kinabuhi ma'am. Yeah, siya, hinahan ako mamatay, sir. So before that happens, the nurse gives what? Gives health education. Yeah, ma'am, kung mag-DNR ka, mo ni mahitabo, di ka na mo i-resuscitate, sagdan ka nang mamatay, pero tagal ka na mag-oxygen, pero dili no resuscitation, yun na. Yung among himo nimo, kay himo ka na mo comfortable, yun ana. So, yun, pasyente, sige, padayon, DNR ko, that is an informed decision nga naman, tagaan nimo siya og options, tagaan nimo siya og education. What happens if the patient decides? So, informed decision during for patient to practice autonomy, the nurse has to provide education so patient can choose or do an informed decision. Mana siya. Ang walay informed decision nga ng mga pasyente nga pataka nag-decide niya, wala sila ipasagdaan na sa nurse without prior health education. Autonomy should be respected when you don't agree with the patient's decision, even if you don't agree with the patient's decision. So nurses should maintain confidentiality when it comes to medical conditions of the patient. And in healthcare, it guides the way patients and healthcare professionals interact, fostering a patient-centered approach to decision-making and care. Okay. Next is beneficence. This is doing only the right and the good things for the patient or the care. No, beneficence is in short, beneficence is maybe treated as the obligation to create or for a group of patients or individual care one to the obligation to create benefit. Na sila maka-benefit, no? Not to harm them, but to tanan ninyo tagaan nimo ko na pasyente tambal para sa beneficence para maayo ang pasyente, dili nimo iligid ang tambal sa floor o na nimo patumar sa iyang baba kay nagtuo ka nga kinahanglan nga ang pasyente maka-benefit sa imong mga interventions, no? That is doing only the right and the good things. However, the principles of beneficence differs from the principles of non-maleficence. Some non-maleficence will talk about non-maleficence. It is to do no harm. So doing no harm, whether intentionally or unintentionally. This ethical principle makes sure that nurses should never act in a way to impose harm to anybody, regardless of any type of request made by the patient or client. Sometimes, mamingin ako siya, ma'am, pwede ko mainom? Nyadto kita ko kasi katoanan kistanan kay nyadto sa emergency room, emergency department, nagkuan daw siya kanang nag nausea and vomiting. Pero ni adto kay ginahan mo kaon, no? Tanan nako nga mo, di ko mo kaon, sir. Mga dili kay nausea and vomiting man kay ikuan sa katagan kag tambal o kanang tambal nga ate ng anti-nausea nya human obserbahan ka tagaan kag tubig. Na to kainom na baka din makamsuka. So informed decision ilang buhaton unya kuan kanang nagbuhat ka to do no harm sa pasyente. Okay. The nurse provides a very important thorough information, thorough education to the patient and family about the effects of doing something like eating while having difficulty in swallowing ng mga pasyente nga kay mga sa kanang mga cancer patients, you wanna eat pizza. Naglisod na sila og tone, no nya. Kung mukaon sila pizza, ma-block ang airway, mamatay sila. So you have to inform the doctor first. Doctor, your patient wanna eat pizza, and patient has dysphagia. What should the patient do? What should you advise the patient, or what should you do now? Doctor. Sometimes doctor go there and explain to the patient that it's risky and may cause death after. The concept of non-maleficence helps the nurse to navigate complex medical situation, ensuring that treatments are beneficial and that potential harm are minimized. No, kanang mga money siya benefit. Money ang theory of non-maleficence. Next one is justice. Justice means fairness. No, atay do category. The first category is distributive justice. It implies that nurses should treat every individual equally and regardless of age, gender, culture, ethnic, or social standing, economic level, religious belief, medical diagnosis, or other individual characteristics. Social justice is implies the right to the principles and access every aspects of services or goods present in society, irrespective of their individual characteristics. In short, when it means justice, it means kuan kanang the nurse must remain fair when it is about distributing care among group of patients. No, sahay kay ay ko ginasiham naong pati siya naong kuan lang iya kanang nang pasan lang nako siya kani kay gwapa man akong pasyente. Apil massage. Massage ta sir kay kuan sir. Nice kay tinagdan ani nga pasyente. Nya kani nga pasyente kay di kan may tinagdan kay kuan siya kanang lahi ang ihang naong, no? Aita ang ihang naong. In the Philippines, whether we like it or not, I think Filipinos are racist, no? Mo na ako nga kung bati kag kung imong naong mubu ka nya kanang bati kag naong kay di ka respetuon. Pero kung puti ka taas ka, gwapo ka tan-awon, respetuon ni ka na. Mali dito may barbecue. Awas sa like napakos Pilipinas sa una may barbecue sa kanang wala na karon kan nasa 20 kung saan ang babigyuhan niya. Nipalit May akong amiga na nasa karon sa US. Umalit mig barbecue, ganiharan mig gahuwat, wa may tagda. Na niabot nga mga foreigner. Ingnan pag, good evening sir. No, so inana. Same sa hospital po nga may kita sa mga gwapa ng pasyente pa sa mga mayukmok na pasyente kay dili. So in order to practice justice, we have to remain fair to everyone, regardless of their economic status, age, gender characteristics, or whatever. Okay. Next is fidelity, the duty to do what one has promised. No, kanang mingon kasi yung pasyente nga balik ko 5 minutes ma'am ha. Kanang sir, excuse me, pwede nimo i-kuan, i-dono lang akong charger. Yeah. Hello, dili ba na priority na ako pag dono og charger. Then nawag, hello. Say manawag. Hello, mingon ko emergency, what do you need? Kanang, can you give me a charger for my phone? O sige, taga-anti ka later na ha, mga 10 minutes kinapuan gibuhat. Mingon ka, ang promising 10 minutes. Balikan din yung ato yung 10 minutes because fidelity in healthcare emphasize the importance of maintaining trust, being loyal to patients' interest, and upholding commitments. No, you promise na. It's a promise nga din mo mapuhat. For example, yes ma'am, gigutom ka, o sige, taga-anti ka o kuan, kanang, so may kuan, kanang chocolate na made in Japan. So, anong green nga chocolate, matcha chocolates niya. Asan kung matcha chocolates, okay, matcha chocolates. So, it has to be realistic, no? A very good example of fair fidelity is when you promise that I'll be there in 5 minutes. Next one, yung maadto jud ka in 5 minutes. Next one is veracity, truthfulness or honesty. Kanang veracity means to remain truthful with the patient regardless of any circumstances. Like for example, nakasa ka sa pasyente, nakahatag kag medication sa pasyente, nakakommit kag medication error, kung makakommit mo medication error, kinsa man yung first nga pahibawon?
Si Doc.
CI, sir.
CI. Dili kung nurse na mo, ibutan yung self na nurse na mo.
Si Doc, sir.
Si Doc?
Sure.
Yeah, pwede po. Si Doc. Lodo,
charge
makasama
nurse
yung pasyente. Ang charge nurse. Ni human, di ba kung charge nurse, di bitaw joke ra. Kanang, ma'am, nakasakos pasyente, ma'am. Si Doc, pwede. Si charge nurse, pwede. Kinsa pa? Kamuha, nurse na mga, ano na, yung one mo? Estudyante. Kinsa pa?
Ang patient, sir.
Ang
Yes.
pasyente, ma'am. Pasaylo adjud ko, ma'am. Nakasa adjud ko nimo. Nahatag ko nimo og kuan, ma'am, kanang tambal nga dili mao. Pero ang kato nga tambal, ma'am, para no sila nat dili adjud ka mapiktuhan, ma'am, kay para sila nat raman para sa bata. So dili adjud ka mapiktuhan, ma'am. Pasa adjud ko nimo, ma'am. Ano nimo? Usually kung apologetic ka, ang pasyente pasaylo ning jud ka sa pasyente. I have a secret sa emergency room nganong hatod karon wala pa jud koy, God forbid, wala pa jud koy mga kaso no atuman nga o say nga dahil kog sayop no kanang kuan kanang kung naa masayop ko kay mo kuan ko sa pasyente nga sorry apologetic jud ka. Being friendly and being apologetic is your secret nga dili ka makiham. Na sa libro. Una nga, ER nurse ka kay conjugate ka, ma'am, so di ka tinuod, and that's veracity. Another example, a newly diagnosed cancer patient asked the nurse, do you have a cancer? What will be your response? Mutan natin ni Kuan B. Si Kuan B. Isang raise of hands. Isa to.
Ako, Sir Hirosa.
Hirosa. Sige, gusto. Sige, go, Rusty.
I think, sir, best option na, sir, if our patient ask kung na ba sila yung sakit like cancer is to
And newly diagnosed.
tell her or him, sir, nga we cannot talk about any diagnosis, sir, nga since ang doctor man ang makasulti niya na, sir, then ato lang siyang sultian nga i-refer to siya siyang doctor nga ang doctor niya ang musulti siyang situation.
Yeah, for newly diagnosed patients, kanang newly diagnosed pa, ayugin mo kanang blood work, so sa pa naman information nga bag-o sa pasyente, ayaw ninyo i-discuss. Don't disakto. Thank you, Rusty. Dili ninyo i-discuss. Kaya nga kung i-discuss na ninyo, raw data na siya. It depends on your institution, pero I think the general notion is that you don't discuss mga bag-o nga mga diagnosis, bag-o nga blood works kung wala pa discuss sa doctor, because as nurses, our role is to kanang reinforce, not to discuss. Kaya di man ta medical, primary medical provider. Okay? But being truthful is different. No, kanang imuhang respirations, truthful ka, no? Utang nimog 18 nya kuan wa di ka ni count sa 18 lang gud na, no? Wa ka ni count sa 18 lang gud na, basta 18 lang na siya. So, veracity applies to assessments results. For example, the nurse should not guess the value of temperature. Ako ning gista RR. So na winang sa student kita kog nurse nga naghimo siya vital signs kay hapit naman human na yung shift kita kog nurse nga ginan lang gibutang butangan ng vital signs, no? Kita jud ko in my own eyes. It's like, no, I'm not gonna follow that. Next is research, no? You as an emergency nurse, ED nurse, you have to facilitate and appreciate and involve in research. Among journey sa emergency department is a research by itself. You investigate, you perform the systematic process of investigating, studying, and analyzing a particular topic, issue, question, or phenomenon in order to gain new knowledge, insights, or understanding. Now, research, I did how many research publications? 3? I think I have 3 research publications. Kung search mo sa online, Domino Poson Research, kita mo sa mga research. Tulura pa, and then I went to Canada. And next is leadership. No, so leadership refers to the ability and the process of guiding, directing, inspiring, and influencing individuals or group towards achieving a common goal or vision. It involves the setting or direction, making decision, facilitating collaboration to accomplish objectives effectively and efficiently. Because of the nurses' leadership in the emergency department, mo nakita ang nag-guide sa emergency. So ako kay nako experience sa leadership, sa nursing, sa emergency, man akong trabaho all the time. Magbarog ko sa front sa computer, ako mag-assign sa mga nurses sa ilahang mga patient load nya. Mo kuan set ko ako ang one of the main person nga mo detect kung kinsa ang masakiton. Dili ko triage pero secondary ko sa triage nga mo detect ang kanipak, kita na nimo daan na pa lang presentation. Dagway pa lang daan, sakito na. So, kwarto tanaw doktor. Nana, konsta, ma-miss nimo patay pasyente. So, nanglan, akuan yung kay ka. Yeah. Leadership, it is your ability to tell your colleagues where to go. So, so good na ko, magkuan dyan ko, maghado, okay guys, this is what we will do tonight. Pasyente, we are overloaded with patients. We have 100 patients in our unit right now. You can nanta magtabangay. Wala na ako. Yung mga under nimo kay mga so unsa nga lahi puti ito mga Asian ana you have to do leadership. Another is followership. Itong nili ginahan og leadership, ginahan maglideran. Napoy kita og followership. Ni Philippines wala rin na siya gisgutan ang followership. Followership is another type of leadership na you are able to effectively implement the what do you call this, the actions or the plans set by the leader. So maayo ka mo implement og mga kanang rules, ibinto si Micah's leadership, followership. Ask your management teacher, ma'am, unsa nang followership no sa dinhi sa Canada when I went to school, ila dyan nag-emphasize ang followership. Kay not all are leaders and not all are followers. No? Na. It's an art too. To follow someone, to implement what they said is an art. No? So being a nurse, the responsibility of any kind of care aligns with proper decision making. Sad. So as a leader, you have to have good decision making, and it has to be quick. No, sa emergency room, una kay tayo magunahuna, diretso na, quick answers, pas-pas kina. Nanas na yung mga nurses na ay problema, muduo sila ko, Doms, can we ask you a question? Yeah, sure. What's your question? This and that. Okay, time sa ha, mukay sa kong nurse, wala na, diretso na, decide dayon right there and then. Okay, get your ragabi. Tawag ang kuan ako ang lead sa other we have a problem. We don't have a staff. And you guys are fully staffed. Ako kuno fully staffed. Na kuno ko extra nurses na. Yeah. Can I get some nurses from you? Can I get a support? Yeah, ako in town. Kumingon pa ko. Pwede ko tawagan mo 5 minutes kay kanang kumunhuna sa ko. Wala na. Malangan ang emergency services. And ko, okay, I'll send you this person. Go. Yeah, that's a person kay tarong mo sa nimong istorya. Yung sa kang we need people in ko anya na ko extra ikaw, extra. I know busy kay kadinhim, but can I send you there to help? Mana. Tarong mo nung istorya, sugot ug hap na. Sugot ug kay imagine ka Filipino ko nya imong istorya kay mga puti. So you have to have a good sense of leadership aron follow niya. Sa ang leader side have to have kuha na siya, liability and accountability, responsibility sa imong decision. No? Nga kuan. Liable ka na. Okay. Legal and ethical issues, considerations in emergency care, consent. So let's talk about consent. So consent is the agreement of patient to submit to proposed investigation or treatment, although it's a fundamental requirement of all nursing setting. So, umadto ang pasyente nimo, ang first, this is what I do, ha? Atong pasyente nako. Hi ma'am, good morning. Nakoy spiel, nakoy script. Hi ma'am, good morning. Hi sir, good morning. Okay, lapos pangan. Hi Mr. Budang natog. Hi Mr. Makachor. So, anak ko no. Hi Mr. Makachor. My name is Domino Puson. I am one of the nurses here in Currit Valley Hospital, and I would like to perform an assessment on you. An assessment will involve direct visualization and touch. Do you agree? Do you want me to perform an assessment? Do you allow me to perform an assessment? Mana ako sa pasyente. Ngano mangutan naman ko, it's because of consent na ay consensual nga kuan ang imuhang assessment. Kay may kapikap kay ganing assessment mo. Pisil-pisil bi ka sa liog. Yung mo tanaw ba imong eyeball sa unsing makit-an diha. So the patient should say yes, should allow you, should agree with you. Another consent kanang mga surgical consent kanang pirmahan sa pasyente before surgery. Kinahanglan ng ang doktor ana mo papirma ha. Ay magsugot nga suguon mo sa doktor. Dai, papirmahi ra gud ni ko anday. By the way, unsa day role ninyo? Unsa day relationship ninyo sa doktor ug kamo? Yun ako maisa sa una. Pareha ra man na ang doktor ug nurse, equal ra man na sila. So there is para nako ang pinaka-strong jud nga explanation kay a doctor is your co-worker. Okay? They are not your boss. They are your co-worker. There shouldn't be any kind of like kanang taasiya o busko. The doctor is your co-worker. Na silain nga trabaho nga dili imong trabaho. Nya siya sa ikaw sa dara trabaho nga dili niya mabuhat. No? Muna na kay pangutanan niya kay balo, na siya pangutanan nimo kay siya sa kay balo ingon ana. The doctor is a co-worker, not a boss. No? So sugoon kay mo sa doktor ay mong sugot. No kay ngano man. You are also an independent practitioner and he is your co-worker. He's not your god, no? Mao ginay ko niya. Kanang abusahon mo ay gyud mong sugot, no? They are your co-worker. Ingno mo dai papirmahe ra gud dito ang legal kuan kaning surgical consent. Ayaw mong sugot kay ngano? That's a doctor's kuan responsibility to get a consent for their surgery sa ilang pasyente, dili na sa nurse. No, imong responsibility of consent kana mag-assessment ka, nang mag-interview ka nga consent. Pero kanang mga legal nga kuan nila diha, kanang mga papel nga papirmahan nila, surgical kuan ay magsugot, dili ka mo papirma, sila ang papirma na. I have called a lot of doctors. Hey doc, there's no surgical consent for this patient. Can you come back here and let your patient sign? Yun ang doctor. Can I ask you a favor? Can you give it to the patient? I'm so sorry, doc. That's not my responsibility. Bye. Lahat ng responsibility. Yung pang kuanon ay maghalo kay they are not, once again, they are not your boss. They are your co-worker. Okay? Next is duty of care. Careful mo sa internet, kanang mo message yung mga tana. Hello, unsay buhaton kung sakit ang tiyan, no? Mo engage gid ka sa conversation, meaning to say you have accepted the duty of care, no? And then you have to be responsible whatever happens to the patient in effect sa imuhang gi-advise. Okay? So, careful mo ana, once you touch a patient, they are already in your duty of care, because the duty of care is owed by a nurse to any person and particular patient who may be affected by their actions, advice, or admissions. Okay? So careful mo ana. Mo na ako kay di ko pangutana. One time akong brother, mangutana na ako kanang unsay tambal sa kuan, sakit sa dughan. Kinsa may sakit sa dughan, ikaw or someone else. Dili ko ginahan nga mo tambag kag someone else ni ari ka mga yun information. Kaya nga naman ang duty of care, no? Ito ang makiha na. Next one is privacy and confidentiality. Kung dili ka, it is a privileged communication given based on trust. Example of this kay kanang conversation ninyo sa doctor, patient, and other care workers, no? Mo nang dili ta mag-istorya about sa patient sa elevators, dili mag-istorya sa case sa pasyente sa lain. Mga neighbors, manawag, hey, kumusta na ako ang silingan? Mga marites, no, manawag, kumusta na akong silingan diha? They are not allowed to know unless patient is aware and agrees nga kaybaon sila, no? Dapat ang communication sa pasyente within the confidentiality and of information. Helping family members cope with sudden death. In ER, ang imong makita niyo sa ER permanente ang kaning mga death sometimes no, mga may tabo. And you have to be prepared sa inyong sa inyong sense of sense sa kanang dying. Is it a negative one or a positive one? Kana karon inyo naon how should I help a person who is dying? Then you have to understand Elizabeth Kubler-Ross stages of dying, katong denial, denial, anger, bargaining. So itong D, denial, anger, bargaining. Sige, B. Hello?
Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, ug acceptance, sir.
Very good. No? Ingon si Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, thank you, Miss Morabe. Matapa si Miss Morabe, no? Kanang ingon si Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, this is not a stage. This is actually tawag ng stages of grieving sa una. Pero di na siya stages of grieving. Di siya stage nga. Hinahangan ko mag-denial ko, mag-anger na ko, kaman ako din. No. You can go from denial and then ambak sa acceptance. Okay? Next is advanced directives. What are advanced directives? So advanced directives are these are actions no nga gihimo in advance. It is a legal document that allows individuals to specify their preferences for medical treatment and care in the event that they become unable to decide for themselves due to illness, incapacity, or other circumstances. So mo na siya, like for DNR, no, do not resuscitate na sila. It's either expressed nga di ko magpa full code DNR ko, writing, or by a telephone, or by kanang living will, or kaning advanced directives, no? When the written information is not available, emergency department staff has the responsibility to stabilize. For example, patient X niyo, kung kibog, unsan siya DNR full code, so stabilize sa inyong pasyente before knowing kung unsan siya DNR ba ni siya or dili. Wala din balaan ba. Finally, we'll talk about organ and tissue donation. most patients who go on ER wants to become an organ donor, okay, and start their journey in the emergency department. Ako hindi ko organ donor kay kuan kanang hadlok ko kita na ko harvest og kan kamo init na mag organ donor class kay ano natin matabangan ba plato ni kitong soto nga naghikog ni ko yang cornea. Kita na ko yun sa pag-harvest niya kinahanglan matay ng pasyente before harvest. So, Canada na kita og Trillium Health, Trillium Gift of Life. Mao ni sila ang department sa Canada nga nag-take care ng mga organ donations. Kung ang usa ka donor mamatay, you have to call Trillium Gift of Life, tell their number, tell the name of the patient, yun na sila nga, oh, amo aning kuan donor. Mabuti na sila ilang harvest and kuan. Okay, so the role of the emergency room nurse. Okay, the role of the emergency room nurse is patient care, education, leadership, and research, care providers, educator, manager, and advocate. So, may pasa kana sila kanang self-explanatory, mo ato ko sa ditsok sa advocate. So that when you say advocate, ang isa kita awayon tas pasyente, no? Sakit kay paminan awayon tas pasyente, pero kitang advocate sa pasyente. Na mga questionable kaayo nga mga kuan, questionable kaayo nga mga kanang questionable kaayo nga mga rules inyuhan na siyang kuanon, mga not rules, questionable kay interventions inyuhan is nang question, no? For example, spironolactone, ikuyo ang spironolactone o kuan kanang furosemide, no? So makamatay mo na do. So next is these are specialized nursing sa kanang hospital, the emergency department. Yan yung sa mga word, forensic nurse. This is a specialized type of emergency department nurse who combines her expertise for nursing expertise with forensic knowledge to provide care and services to individuals involved in a legal case or situations related to criminality, trauma, violence, and abuse. So, maning mga nurse kasi sa nurse nga mo entertain sa mga pasyente nga sexually abused, mo kuha sila og mga evidences, no? Dili lang na siya bisan unsa lang nga nurse, no? Mo siya pinaka-boring nga ingon akong kauban nga nurse nga forensic, boring kay dili tan everyday nga ay crimen. Next one is triage nurse. So, tiyan mo ani siya na ang triage nurse is the one who performs effective, accurate, and fast screening of the patient's appropriateness and the right level of urgent treatment. Mo na ang triage nurse is an RM, okay, who specialized in and has training in triage. Okay. So next is what are the key qualifications of ED nurse. Kani siya gikuha ni nako sa amuang trabahoan. So this is a industrial based, dinaningikan sa libro, industrial based what they need for an ED nurse. Okay? Number one, has a baccalaureate degree or diploma degree in nursing. So not previous experience working in emergency department or urgent care setting. So no registration in good standing with the College of Nurses of Ontario or ERC in the Philippines, right? Excellent interpersonal and communication skills, advanced communication skills, demonstrate ability to use critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork abilities. So you have to work in a team, and you have to have your brain intact. So demonstrate team player, okay, and then positive attitude and ability to work in a team. Next one is compassion and kindness. So kung dili nimo love ang mga tao, di ka ginhang mga tao, ayaw na lang, no? Ayaw na lang pag-ER, ayaw pag-nursing. Kung if you hate people, then nursing is not for you, okay? Previous emergency department or medical surgical experience is an asset. It is not required, but it's an asset. And continuous education courses like assessment, patient assessment, cardiology, medical care and or emergency courses, ACLS or PALS, and reliable and flexible individual to work as part of a diverse work team. Mga tao profession, and also a positive work record is essential. What are your expectations? You're expected to collaborate with interdisciplinary team, makiglingua franca ka sa bisan unsa mo istorya ka kay independent practitioner ba ka. Doc, I have a patient here. The patient has COPD exacerbation. We give this, didn't work. Can we ask for another medication? Physiotherapy, can you perform a walk test on this patient? so that when we discharge the patient is well suited for home environment. Dayon, no? Provide care or sick or injured patients, and provide emergency care. Collaborate with doctors, nurse practitioners to determine which medication or treatment plan the patient should need. Nursing practitioner, mo ni sila ang kuan kanang mga advanced nurses, mura na sa sila og doctor. So, assess patients, monitor vital signs, prepare and participate in patient treatment and procedure, and complete other ED nursing duties and responsibilities. Expectation, use your critical thinking. You're expected to use your critical thinking, liaise between patients, participate in quality improvement, contribute to development and update of clinic reference, and maintain clinical competence and knowledge through continued education and support. So, gikan ni sa amo ang gitawag og hiring. Kami nag-hiring ni karon September 26 doon na. 10 to 3. We need you, and we need nurses from the Philippines na may kaila pa apply. Kaila na mo kinsa ni. Kaya na mo kinsa na, no? Ako guys bayad na ko anak ng show. Ano yung bayad? Yeah. And I think that's all. These are my reference for today's lecture. And if you have questions, reserve your questions until our next session. Okay?